I am really big into eye contact, but not long ago at a convenience store with a line behind me, I stopped looking at everyone as I put my card up to the reader and waited for a long time, there we go, for it to finally complete a transaction as I was buying something for less than $1. I know, I never carry cash. Then, just days later, I felt again like I needed to look away because once again, I didn't have any cash in my wallet, and this time my card wasn't going to get me out of this situation either because the service I was there for was free. Or was it? I was at the tire store, the one where after you've paid a lot of money for tires, you can keep coming back for the life of those tires, drive up, and while you wait in your car, they check and fill your air for free. Again, I thought, until the person in front of me tipped. I didn't know that was a thing. The guy performing the service did. After my airing up, there was an obvious air of disappointment when all I gave in return was a "thanks, man." I am part of the 31%, the slice of Americans asked in recent weeks to tip for a service they wouldn't normally have considered tipping for. It feels like it is everywhere now. Remember last year, in fact, when I told you how I was doing all the work at a self-service scanner that then asked me if I would like to add a tip? That answer was easy, but some of them aren't. You've heard of a guilt trip? There's now the guilt tip. It's a real thing. A survey says on average, we're spending $453.60 a year in guilt-induced gratuities. A lot of times it's happening in situations where tipping was never a thing before. One way it happens is when someone presents you with that screen and then they wait and watch as you financially assess their work. And just to be clear here, I'm a former waiter and bartender, which means I'm also a good tipper. In fact, I am an over-tipper now, according to new data from Spot On, which handles a lot of those restaurant point-of-sale payment systems. They asked tipped workers how much they expect in a gratuity, and I was really surprised to see that more than half of them said 15 to 19%. I usually do better than that. Even though a lot of those tipping screen options go beyond 20%, that was their answer. Spot On also found out that most tipped workers say that 25 to 75% of their income comes from what you add on. And a good chunk of them say that tips make up more than 75% of what they make. So take care of your server, especially here in Texas, which is among the minority of states that still allow for just a $2.13 minimum wage for tipped employees. No one can squeak out a living on just that, except for that machine that let me do all the scanning and then asked if I wanted to give it a little something. By the way, I did not cast my eyes away when I proudly looked right into its screen and emphatically pressed "no thanks." More about tipping with my write-up today posted at Jason Wheeler TV on Facebook, X, and Threads, where I do all I can to keep you right on the money without ever putting out one of those jars.